guys, what's up? It's me, MJ Fangirl. In today's video, we're going to be watching Michael Jackson being interviewed by a television program from Australia. Hey, it's Saturday. I actually have not seen this before. If you guys want to watch along with me, I think it's pretty rare. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You are now watching MJ Fangirl TV.
Girl, you got to we can touch the sky like yesterday.
Alright guys, so if you have not seen my face before, my name's MJ Fangirl and I make videos for and about the Michael Jackson fan community. I'm actually watching this because there was someone that commented, I don't know if it was an email, a DM, or a comment, forgive me, I want to give you credit, comment down below if it was you, but someone recommended that I check out Michael Jackson's interviews with Hey It's Saturday, and supposedly the one that he did in the Bad Era was like the first time that he was on that big program in Australia, or that he was even doing anything for Australian news in the first place. Comment down below if you guys can verify that. I'm pretty sure that that's what I was told, but I actually found another one that's later on that looks like it's like Dangerous History Era. I'm not sure because literally I haven't watched it. So let's watch it together and stay tuned for my commentary after. Alright you guys, let's get into it. Hey It's Saturday. Molly interviews Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael, there were certain restrictions. We'll ask Molly about that. So let's bring him out here. The man on the hat. I was going to say Michael Jackson. The man on the hat. Molly, welcome.
This guy looks familiar, but I low-key thought Molly was going to be a woman, so I'm a little bit like surprised right now.
I wouldn't say it was exciting, I would say it was more frightening.
Frightening.
Well, after Hey last Saturday, it all sort of started, and Hey had to extend for that 10 minutes while we're trying to get the link in Sydney, and then of course it didn't happen, and we all looked pretty stupid because a lot of people thought maybe we were hoaxing it, but we weren't.
No, it was a genuine power failure.
Power failure. And I was hoping at 9:30 it would all go away and we'd be able to relax, and it became the nightmare of trying to get it again. Anyhow.
It's all right, nobody can notice those saddlebags under your eyes, Mr. Meldrew.
You went on, it was Tuesday, didn't you?
Tuesday we went to Brisbane and we went to the concert, but before the concert, Michael did this interview. I must explain, with this interview, there are major restrictions. It's not the way I normally do an interview because you have to submit the questions and they have to vet them. And if you basically ask another question, they'll stop the interview and literally take the tape. That's happened before, and I'll explain later how it happened to Prince with us in Japan.
Should I leave the booth?
Sorry?
Should I leave the booth then?
No.
The interview has been recorded.
I mean, it's pretty frightening. The only other time I've ever had to do that with submitting questions was way back. When I interviewed Prince Charles.
Yes, that's right.
And I made a disaster with that interview because I called.
Was that on the countdown?
Yeah, on the countdown days.
I didn't understand the word the silly man was saying, that's why.
Oh, he's on the phone.
I didn't understand the word you were saying,
No, I called him. Yeah, I did call him Robbie. That's right. I called Prince Charles Robbie as well.
I'm ready for them to get to the interview. Let's see what these questions were.
It doesn't really matter, but I know that you're telling me that you had. This didn't happen to you last time around, but when you interviewed Prince recently...
Prince, as in Prince, yes.
As in Prince, the artist formerly known as Thing,
right.
and all that, you were...
I can explain that Molly and I were having our photographs taken while we were dressing up in ladies' clothes as swans.
There were restrictions, and you'll see in the interview, we're showing part of this interview, about 6 minutes of it, but at the end, I tried to do a tagline for you, Daryl, and I sort of said, we'd finished the questions, so I said, oh, incidentally, there's one more question I'd like to ask, and I heard everyone go... like that, and I said it's a very personal question, but you'll see that later in the interview. So, shall we have a look at
let's have a look.
Jackson in the interview.
I'm ready.
Well, I'm to say welcome to Australia, and whether you like it or not, being the king of pop and the biggest recording star in the world, what is your philosophy of staying at the top?
Well, I think being humble and
History Era. Now I know.
yourself and having true love in your heart for the world, and really trying to help people through lyrics and love of music and dance, because I truly do love people very much.
Realising that, but does it not put pressure on you? I mean, that you have to be such a sling?
It always does. The next album has to be better than the other.
Well, how do you cope with all the hysteria? I mean, wherever you go, whether it's London, whether it's Munich, whether it's New York, whether it's Bangkok, whether it's Japan, and even here in Australia, how do you cope with the hysteria?
I know it's all love, so it makes my heart very happy, and I like to give it back, to however I can give. And it puts a smile on my face to see all the children and all the teenagers and the adults, the demographics. It makes my heart very, very happy. I love them. I love all the fans very much.
Well, we're coping with the hysteria. I mean, I can't cope with it. I mean, watching all of this going on around, I mean, the press have been absolutely manic. It's been manic mania. Can I ask you, do you ever relax? Does Michael Jackson ever relax? Because I know you're a workaholic.
Yes, I'm a workaholic. I don't relax, really. I don't sleep a lot.
We knew that.
Continually, my mind never stops. I'm always creating.
Aw.
I never stop. But I love a good water balloon fight or, playing around, goofing off, Nintendo games, arcades.
And Michael, I have to ask you this question. Being possibly the biggest profile in the world, I guess Princess Diana matches you. You read all these amazing stories about Michael Jackson. I mean, I don't know whether they're true or not. You read that Michael Jackson's a weirdo. You read that Michael Jackson's bizarre. You read that he's done this, he's done that. Now, I know some of those stories are not true because, even I was accused of being at your wedding, and I knew that wasn't true. But how do you cope? How do you feel about all the stories that are written about you?
It's very sad. I just want the fans to know and to understand that it's not the truth. 99.9% of it is not the truth. And don't read it, don't believe it, it's garbage. It's tabloid junk. They just simply make it up for greed and money. So please don't listen to it. It's trash.
Well, now, there's one more question I've got to ask you. This is about a personal friend of yours, but I have got to ask you this question. I am a Stephen King fanatic. I have every book that possibly Stephen King has written.
Yeah.
You can say, mind your own business. No. And I know you've done Ghost with him, and I think that's a sensational piece of work.
Thank you.
Did you enjoy doing that?
Very much, yes.
And that skeleton, that blew me right out.
Were you there, Dr. Bear?
No, but I've seen it at home,
Oh.
It's just amazing. Can I ask you, what is Stephen King like?
Stephen King is a very gentle, sweet, kind man. The profile that we see in the books and in his works, and he's nothing like that. He's very humble. A lot of people try to judge me the same way, but I'm pretty simple. I love to create. I love to make magic. I love to create the unexpected, And Stephen, he's just wonderful. He's not bizarre or strange or weird. He's a loving person.
And great to work with.
Great to work with. We together, he and I wrote Ghost, and we had fun doing it.
Well, now listen, I never normally ask for autographs, but this is a Stephen King book, and it's called Insomnia, and I'm sure that over the last week I've had no sleep thinking about the Michael Jackson thing. Can you please sign this book
Sure.
of Stephen King's for me?
Sure. Thank you.
I love how the music is playing in the background. Although it's kind of distracting, I'm not gonna lie, you guys.
Thank you.
And we look forward to more work from Michael Jackson, more records,
Thank you.
and being the biggest star, if not the biggest star in the world, entertaining everyone.
All my love to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow! I love this little behind the scenes clip. That was cool.
I must say, he really, when you talk to him like that, he really is a very, very nice guy. And a lot of our crew went to his concert in Melbourne last night. Pam, David, Georgina, and I'll let them tell you because, there's no sense me saying. What?
Aw, darn. It ended. All right. Well, I kind of want to know what they said about the tour, but obviously they said it was the best show that they'd ever seen because it's Michael Jackson. All right, you guys, so let's talk about this interview. So first of all, Molly Meldrum also interviewed Michael Jackson in the Bad era, so you guys probably recognize him like I did when he came out. But this was obviously from the History era. We had Stranger in Moscow playing throughout the entire interview, which to me was a bit distracting, you know, in addition to having like whatever loud noise in the background. There was kind of like, it almost sounded like there was an audience in the background. So I don't know if that's just the capture that's on YouTube or if it was like that originally, but it was a little distracting. But I actually loved this interview. Obviously the questions were presented to Michael beforehand and he kind of knew what was going to be asked of him. So the answers seemed, you know, prepared, but at the same time they seemed really genuine, and I loved hearing what Michael had to say about, you know, working and relaxation and how he kind of takes a load off by doing his water balloon fights. And I don't know, I just thought that it wasn't really, I guess, revealing, but it was a genuine, nice interview, and I liked it. I have a question for you guys. What do you guys think about Michael Jackson's team kind of restricting questions? To me, this is one of the reasons why I like these interviews, but at the same time, I feel like when Michael Jackson was more comfortable, you got the more realistic responses from him. But I totally understand why they would try to vet the questions and make sure that he's not going to ask anything crazy, you know, especially because of, you know, think of the time in Michael's career and what was going on, and he's got the History album and he's kind of bouncing back from some of those other things that happened in the last few years. So yeah, I just wanted to watch this with you guys, see what you guys thought. This is my first time watching it. Like I said, genuine interview, but pretty rehearsed, and I kind of like the interviews that are more like open. So yeah, leave your comments down below, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!